I'm Hannah. Today I'll be talking about teaching and the biblical teaching philosophy that I believe. Ultimately, I think that teaching should just ultimately be about inspiration. And I want to teach people and inspire them to actually apply things in their life. Not just, yes, learn what I'm saying, but be able to apply it later on in life and be inspired to it, especially about biblical contents. I want to be able to bring teachings from the Bible and not dilute them in any way, but bring them to a level in which people can understand them. And then from that understanding, they feel inspired to actually apply it to their life. Because I've noticed that so many people and churches get into this rhythm of teaching, and it's all about the contents, and they're like, oh, you have to understand it and you have to learn it. And the people are like, oh, this isn't obtainable for me to live a holy and righteous life. I'm sure it was for David. I'm sure it was hard for David, but it was easier during that time. But we can't be in that mindset because it is obtainable. Something that I heard years ago that's always stuck with me is that holiness isn't confining, but it's liberating. And to expound on that is there's freedom through the grace of God to be holy, because we can't be holy on our own. But ultimately, it's through the grace of God, and it's not, we don't have freedom because we're like, oh, I can go sin and God will just forgive me. But it's saying I want to live. I want to be in the attitude of I want to serve and live for Christ. And of course I'm going to mess up, but I know that there's freedom in the grace of God, and I can live from that place. And I want others to be able to be inspired and say, I can do that as well. And not just with holiness, but with everything else, with biblical content. And that's what they need to know, that they can apply it and it's obtainable. And not only is it obtainable, but it's worth it. It's worth it to live for Christ. And thirdly, it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable through even hardships. It's enjoyable. And it's enjoyable to learn the Bible and learn what it has to say. So that's my teaching philosophy about the Bible and just inspiring people.